while we're on the subject of film, I'd like to share some thoughts with you about film entertainment. You know, China is now, we just heard earlier, it's the leading market. It's growing exponentially. And by the way, I'm almost jealous as an American to learn that there are 300 IMAX theaters in China, right? Wow, we should have more of those. Domestic box office is exploding. Now what happens when you have a market that's growing so much in terms of exhibition, in terms of money coming in? Well, you know, the smart business people there are saying, you know, why do we just want to be an exhibitor? Why don't we be making movies? Why can't we be making movies to export to the rest of the world? Because we are going to be the largest box office market in the world. So we just don't want to be, you know, in second place when it comes to making the content. So there's a big push in China to create films that cross over the world, that are global. But that raises a really interesting question, doesn't it? It's like, how do you develop this crossover English language movies? Well, here's one great example. There's a movie in production right now. It's called The Great Wall. It opens in China first and then in the US. It's almost a simultaneous opening worldwide. It has Matt Damon and Andy Lau. It's his first Hollywood movie. And Zhang Yimou is directing it, and this is his first English language project. So I take my hat off to him, and I wish him very well. It's a $135 million budget, reportedly, but this is before, you know, in China, one thing I've learned, the money that goes into it sometimes is understated because there's so much product placement. There's a lot of sponsorship and things that happen in films. Now, I asked myself a question. Is there a problem, however, if you're going to ramp up all of this English, cross-English, Chinese films and they're going to play everywhere, you know, where are you going to find the talent? So I was just reading that these actors that can speak bilingual, they are driving talent costs way up. Oh, I just clipped this out, you know, last week. Salaries. Deals are tripling for this talent, tripling. Anybody here in the room have their salary tripled in the last year? I don't think so. So these people are in the catbird seat. They're doing quite well. Yes, that's good, that's good. So this is going to fuel that production process, of course. But beyond movie stars and actors and all this glamorous stuff, you know, it really comes down to, if you're going to make movies, you got to tell good stories. And if you're going to tell good stories that are going to play well in China and play well around the world, those stories have got to be kind of universal. That sitting here in New York, you feel the same as somebody sitting in Beijing.